Investment casting is an industrial manufacturing process that has a long history and is one of the oldest known metal forming techniques. The CSIR Investment Casting Facility provides a competitive service to industry and supports and expands the technology base with the latest practices and novel alloy systems. The process begins when the wax pattern, runners and feeders are produced by controlled wax injection, filling the wax die under a very controlled temperature and pressure profile to produce the part and runner patterns. Once the wax patterns have cooled and are stable, skilled personnel assemble the fragile wax parts to produce the wax assembly, including runners, feeders, and pouring cup. Here the wax assemblies have been acclimatized in the dipping facility to a stable, controlled temperature, and the process of mold manufacturing begins. The process requires 7 to 9 layers of slurry and stucco, building the mold from the critical face coat that renders the surface quality of the casting, through the 2 intermediate coarser layers to the final coarse layers. This way, the mold allows gas evolution to permeate. Finally, the slurry seal is applied for protection. The mold is left for 12 to 24 hours to dry. The molds are prepared for de-waxing in a high-pressure boiler at 9 to 10 bar, at 200 degrees Celsius steam to melt the wax out without damaging the fragile mold. The molds are then fired in a gas-fired furnace at 850 degrees Celsius for 2 hours to burn the waxy residue out and to sinter the mold for strength. Molds are prepared by controlled insulation application if required, and cleaned and preheated to a controlled temperature from 700 to 1000 degrees Celsius or higher, depending on the mold complexity and the alloy being cast. Liquid metal can be cast in air, partial gas pressure, or vacuum, depending on the alloy and application. Once the casting has cooled, the mold is removed by mechanical or high-pressure water blasting. The runners and gating is removed by abrasive cutting and fettled to final state. The last stage is the selection of parts for inspection, mechanical testing, X-ray evaluation, and NDE as per the end-user requirements. High-pressure die casting is one of the most common processing techniques or mechanisms for producing high-volume structural metal components of aluminium, magnesium, zinc, and copper alloys. The CSIR has been doing research and development on high-pressure die casting and supporting technologies since the late 1990s. The CSIR High-Pressure Die Casting Facility was established in 2008 and 9 with the main aim of accelerating research and development outcomes from lab to industrial scale and to provide industry with the facility for applied research and development. The high-pressure die casting facility has 2 cold chamber die casting machines, one for research and development